David M. Rubenstein, How to Lead, Wisdom from the World's Greatest CEOs, Founders, and Game Changers. Welcome to the world of leading without authority, a place where titles take the back seat and true leadership prowess thrives. In this summary of How to Lead, Wisdom from the World's Greatest CEOs, Founders, and Game Changers, you will embark on a journey that takes you through understanding the significance of self-awareness and personal identity while refuting the relevance of positional authority. Learn how to weave together the ambition, responsibility, and followership that are necessary for genuine leadership. Push through challenges by drawing from the examples of Martin Luther King Jr. and Gandhi, who led without high-ranking titles.
Leading without authority. Positional authority is an illusion. Anyone can lead, and lack of opportunity is not a hindrance. Progressive firms offer boundless leadership opportunities, and a leader's willingness to face challenges determines their capacity for leadership. Leaders need not have fancy titles to be influential. Instead, self-awareness and an exceptional identity are crucial for leading without authority. True leaders inspire their employees rather than oppressing them. Waiting for leadership opportunities is futile. It's necessary to take the initiative and demonstrate leadership abilities at every stage of a career. The power of identity in leadership. The book emphasizes that understanding one's identity is crucial for decision-making, self-confidence, and interactions with others. The author proposes 5 components of identity that one needs to fine-tune consistently: their past, personality, relationships, purpose, and priorities. The book highlights the significance of understanding one's identity to lead a successful life. It suggests that one's identity impacts decision-making, self-confidence, emotional processing, and interaction with others. Attempting to be somebody else will ruin career opportunities, while being confident about one's identity leads to consistency in behavior. It also means that others have a lesser ability to affect or confuse the person. The author explains that identity consists of 5 prominent components, including past experiences, relationship dynamics, the personality traits, purpose, and priorities. The reader is encouraged to fine-tune these components continuously, likening it to the role of a sound engineer who adjusts various levels during a concert. Trusting that a higher power, such as achieving divine assignments, can help overcome fears and anxieties related to leadership roles. The book suggests the need to be in control of one's thoughts and feelings by steadily creating and fine-tuning one's identity, leading to strengthened confidence and success in various leadership roles. Embracing ambition in leadership. Leaders can struggle with the role and impact of ambition. On the one hand, ambition drives success and progress. On the other, it can lead to misuse of power and pride. The kibosh zone provides a middle ground. This zone involves subduing and cultivating ambition to maintain control without becoming overbearing or distorted. The Hebrew word kibosh captures this approach, meaning to subdue and cultivate. By embracing kibosh, leaders can responsibly harness ambition and gain the authority they need to excel and contribute to the greater good. Taking control of your leadership journey. Excuses about bosses undermining performance are unhelpful. Good leadership starts with moral authority, which comes from good followership. To become a good leader, you must go beyond yourself and create a lead me plan. This plan involves developing self-control, responsibility, and vision and seeking feedback to identify your motives. Influence is the currency of leadership, so it is crucial to cultivate it. To achieve your goals, you must know your priorities. Are you convinced that your boss is the reason you're not succeeding? You're not alone. Most people put the blame on their boss, instead of taking responsibility for their own lack of leadership. So here's the thing: you are in charge of your own decisions, emotions, and thoughts. If you want to become a great leader, then you have to abandon this self-defeating mentality and assume responsibility for your own actions. According to the book, the key to becoming a great leader is good followership, that is, developing moral authority. This means responding positively to decisions by your boss, having good stress handling skills, and avoiding casting blame and making excuses. To actually become a leader, you must then create a lead me plan based on your situation and position. The plan should focus on your self-control, responsibility, and vision. Seeking feedback from friends and colleagues can help you identify your motivations. Lastly, influence is the currency of leadership. Cultivate it by aiming at a goal and prioritizing it. With a clear goal in mind, it's easier to direct your decisions and behaviors. By following these steps towards leadership and influence, you'll be sure to see a transformation in both your professional and personal lives. Choosing to leave for the right reasons. The article emphasizes the importance of leaving your job for the right reasons, such as exploitation or unethical behavior, but also acknowledges that sometimes irreconcilable differences with your boss can arise. It highlights the importance of committing to your job and boss to receive reciprocal commitment. The author suggests that sometimes the struggles we face are meant to teach us important lessons and that taking a broader perspective and seeing the big picture can help with decision-making and maintain a positive attitude. The article also stresses the significance of personal leadership and shaping your attitude towards work. Developing perspective for personal growth. Developing a better sense of perspective is essential for personal growth. Humility and a positive outlook can lead to more energy and hope for the future. However, critical thinking is also necessary to avoid being overly optimistic or complacent. Cultivating critical skills allows you to foresee future problems, avoid major mistakes, and connect the dots. Avoid being critical and instead aim to think critically, problem solve, and learn. People can handle hearing the toughest truth if expressed with love. Great leaders don't get defensive. Focus your energy on the greater good and assess your place in the bigger picture. Embrace ownership for success. The summary suggests the importance of being proactive and owning a task to achieve success. People often wait for leadership roles, expecting control. However, this attitude leads to passivity, which is like death for one's ambition. One must choose a task and take ownership of it to succeed. The closer a person is to a problem, the more likely they are to solve it. Being reactive is not proactive, and being proactive is the key to success. Millennials grew up in the trophy generation and were rewarded for participation rather than excellence, leading to risk aversion. To achieve potential, one must believe in their abilities, take risks, and fail to learn. Challenging the status quo in leadership. Real leaders challenge the status quo, even if it means challenging their boss's decisions. However, doing so effectively requires putting yourself in your boss's position and contemplating how he or she feels being criticized. Reacting defensively is common, but great leaders avoid it. Look for problems your boss wants to solve and provide solutions. Don't challenge your boss directly, but rather, challenge upward by working out the problem, testing your solution with customers, and presenting it to the firm's leaders after it's successful. Determine if your relationship with your boss can handle such a challenge before presenting it. Think of your words as bricks when talking to your boss, and avoid comparing your organization to those that are performing better, making definitive statements about what isn't working, and giving ultimatums. Remind your boss that you're on the same team and desire to do great work. Remember that leadership is about serving, not being served, and if you keep working to create something great, your time will come. Valuing others above yourself. St. Paul's writings urge readers to follow Jesus' example of humility and serving humanity. The key message is to value others above oneself, including colleagues and bosses. To be an effective leader, one needs to love their boss and champion them publicly while challenging them privately. Escalating tensions should be avoided, and communication should always be respectful and constructive. Trust is also a crucial element in relationships, and the more one trusts their colleagues and bosses, the more confident they will be in making good decisions. Overall, the book emphasizes the importance of humility, trust, and valuing others in leadership and relationships. Effective strategies to approach your boss. Successful communication with your boss requires emotional control and strategic thinking. Instead of striving to change things for change's sake, aim to improve the situation. Sometimes you may encounter resistance, but do not give up easily, and take negative feedback as an opportunity to grow. Adaptive communication style is essential in persuasion. Customize your approach according to your boss's personality and leadership style. Keep an open mind and showcase humility by leading with questions in meetings. Acknowledge that you don't have all the answers and stay receptive to others' opinions. The transformative power of love in leadership. Leaders don't just emerge when given the title. They first earn respect by determining why they want to lead, the reputation they want to have, and how they can best serve others. Jesus' leadership model consisted of speaking truth and challenging the status quo. Great leaders serve rather than being served. Cultivating influence through the transformative power of love is key to becoming a respected and effective leader, whether or not you hold a position of authority.
In conclusion, true leaders don't need fancy titles, extravagant offices, or a corner suite. It's their ability to harness self-awareness, authenticity, and moral authority that enables them to excel and inspire others to follow. Leading without authority demands taking initiative, understanding one's identity, and striking the right balance of ambition to create a positive impact. Remember that leadership is not about being served, but about serving others with humility and love. As you look around, reflect on how you can step up and lead in your own life, demonstrating a resilience that inspires others in the process. Don't wait for a higher position, start leading now.